question and answers relating to the first unit of the literature book that we did, that is The Gentleman of the Jungle. So by now you should be thorough with the text, with whatever the question and answers that we have discussed. And apart from question and answers, one should be very specific about reading the text. Okay, so you read yourself very well and get prepared for the upcoming test on Monday. So the test paper pattern I have already discussed with you. So you will be writing this test for 25 marks, right? So I have told you what kind of the questions, what exactly am I going to. I have just given you the pattern, so please study accordingly and do well. So this is your first test and I want each one of you to get very good marks. And grammar part I have not included anything as we have not completed anything as such as of now. After discussing on the question and answers relating to the chapter, if you just turn the page further, you have one specific concept today that is called as the word classes. So the moment you listen to this heading, so to say, word classes, what are the things that come into your mind? Okay, so if I ask you these questions, you have your own answers in order to say, like, word class, word classes. Okay, so in English, any word that you speak or read or write or listen, right? So either that particular word will be definitely from one or the other parts of speech that you have studied. Correct? No? Any word that you either write or read or speak or listen to someone, they will make the words combine together and then they speak in terms of sentences. You write your exam in terms of sentences, isn't it? So you make use of words, isn't it? So with that background, let me come to today's topic here, that we have the word classes. It is not word, look into this title very carefully. So word classes. So today we are going to discuss the different word classes. In detail I will do it when I take up the workbook, but right now I just want to complete whatever is given in the literature text in your reflections. Okay, so when you open that page, you will come to know what exactly are the definition for word classes given and what kind of the different exercises or what kind of the different questions that have been given. We will try to solve that. Okay, so whatever your answers are or whatever I discuss now, you can just make a note there on the textbook only. So keep ready with your pencil, also the textbook. Okay, and today let us discuss what do you mean by word classes. So today we are going to learn about what are word classes in English. So as I already told you, words are integral part of communication, isn't it? So it is not that you cannot speak without the words, you can also speak without the words. That comes under non-verbal communication. But here today we are going to learn something about the verbal communication, wherein we are just going to look into some of the concepts related to what are these word classes are in English. Okay, so I think on page number 9 you have been given here under an exercise called word classes. Okay, so look at it, I'll just read it for you people and you will have to understand accordingly what things can we do it according to the word classes. Okay, now words. Okay, words are the fundamental units in every sentence. He says words are fundamental units in every sentence. Without words you cannot make sentences. Without words you cannot write sentences. Without words you cannot listen to someone. Without words you cannot speak to someone. Okay, so what do you mean by LSRW skills? That come into fourth here when you talk about different words that are being used in communication. Okay, whether it will be listening, speaking, reading or writing. In order to achieve these skills, you definitely make use of something that is called as words. So that is why they become very integral or they become very important in every aspect of communication. All words belong to categories called word classes or parts of speech. Okay, So what I need to tell you today, or what you need to understand here, is that word classes may be a new word for you or a concept for you, but it is something that you have already been learning. Okay, from your earlier classes, you have been told to learn and identify the words belonging to different parts of speech. I'm sure you have heard of this called as parts of speech in English. Okay, so how many parts of speech, what all the things that we have, that I will do it when I start doing the workbook, but right now you just have a fair idea on what do you mean by parts of speech. Parts of speech are nothing but they are also called as the word classes. What does it say? Word classes, that is categories, isn't it? Words divided into different groups or categories. So words are divided into different groups or categories depending upon which part of speech do they belong to. These classes are assigned to words to taking into consideration their form as well as their function. That is why it is important. Why it is important to identify the parts of speech, because if you are in a position to identify the parts of speech of a specific word given, you will come to know like what function does it play, isn't it? At the same time, what is the form of the sentence is. Okay, he gives an example. Look at that particular example. Look at the following sentences. The lion said, I command my ministers to appoint a commission of inquiry. The lion said, I command, C-O-M-M-A-N, command my ministers to appoint a commission of inquiry. Then the second sentence, the elephant, obeying the command of his master, got busy with other ministers to appoint the commission of inquiry. Here, in sentence 1, command, I order. So who's ordering? The lion ordered. So what is the parts of speech of that particular word command? I commanded you to write the assignment. So what is it? Command is acting there as a verb, isn't it? I say something, I'm making some action there, isn't it? I'm asking, I'm ordering, I'm requesting, whatsoever. So command there is working as a verb. Whereas in the second sentence, it is the elephant obeying the command. That is, the elephant obeying the command. So here, the same command which was a verb in the first sentence is now changed as what? Command. I command my ministers and obeying the command of the lion. So in the second form or in the second sentence, command becomes a noun, isn't it? Command becomes a noun. See, in just two sentences, one same word is used as different part of speech. That is why I say it is very, very important. It becomes very crucial for each one of us to identify the parts of speech of a sentence. First is that, and then you will have to do it in such a way that you should be in a position to identify what is saying something about the parts of speech in English. So, I was discussing something about how these words can be used as different parts of speech depending on the context. Okay, so one example that was given in the text was this word, commanding. Okay, so command is used as two different parts of speech. Okay, in one instance it is used as a verb, isn't it? I command my ministers to appoint a commission of inquiry, said by lion, isn't it? So when he was commanding, he was saying something, isn't it? So that's why it is acting as a verb. In the second sentence, it is I obey the commands of my king of the jungle. So I obey. So here, the same word is used as a noun. So what do we need to understand here is that words often can be used as different parts of speech depending on the context of the situation, isn't it? In a similar way, this one example is given to you in such a way that how you can use the same word in two different parts of speech. Okay, so this is what you need to understand here. Okay, then here are some of the words which remain the same in their form while functioning as a verb and a noun. There are certain words given in the look into that. Example like matter. Okay, what's the matter? When I'm asking you something, what is the matter with you? So matter is used as a verb, isn't it? So when you say that this matter was brought to the notice of the principal, when you say, so this matter was brought to the notice of the principal, when you say, then the matter, the same word matter becomes noun. Are you getting what am I trying to say here? So words which can be used both in the form of a noun and a verb depending on the context of the situation. So first word that was given was matter. Okay, now let us look into the second one here. Okay, now act. Why are you acting like this? If I say, why are you acting like this? So acting becomes verb, isn't it? Then in the place you might have seen scene 1, act 2. So there act 2 is used as a noun. Getting? So how words can be used both as a noun as well as a verb is what you need to understand. In a similar way, fear. Okay? Fear, fearful, fearless. So these words. Wish, grumble, etc. So they are the words which can be used as a verb as well as a noun depending on the context. Okay, so in these two words I have done two as an example. One is matter, the other one is act. There are 3 more words which have been given there. So try to use these words, that is fear, wish and grumble. Use these 3 words, fear, wish and grumble, and make those words using as a noun in one sentence. Write down your own sentences. Okay, write down your own sentences where in one fact the word fear can be used as a noun and the other word, the same word fear in the other context can be used as a verb. Okay, so make 6 sentences where fear as noun and verb, wish as a noun and verb, grumble as a noun and verb. Okay, so keep that thing. So try to make the sentences. Okay, then make a list of the similar words from the text. You can also find out some examples from the story that we have read to identify and make sentences as nouns as well as the verb. Same word, okay, it should be the same word, not 2 different words. Okay, then there are words which change in their form to function at a different class or a parts of speech. Look at the following. Okay, so there is a table that is given there. So see, it will give you a very clear example of how words can be changed from different parts of speech. For example, one is given as decide. I'm not able to decide anything. When you say I'm not able to decide anything, what do you think the part of speech is? Verb, isn't it? I'm not able to decide anything. Verb, isn't it? I can't make any decision. Decision there acts as a noun, isn't it? Then decisive. This is very decisive moment for me. Right now I need to take some decision. Okay, so I'm just giving you only the skeletal part here. Don't worry about the definitions of the parts of speech and all that. We will do it when I'm doing the workbook. Okay, so right now see one word, how it can be used by adding prefixes or suffixes to change the parts of speech. One word, decide, and I'm working as a verb. Decision is acting as a noun, right? And then I'm becoming very decisive. That is, what do you mean by decisive? Decisive is nothing but something that is called as an adjective. Okay, so right now I'm sure all of you know that there are 9 different parts of speech in English, and you should also be knowing or thorough with the definition as well as the examples. The detailed part on parts of speech I will do it later. Right now let us just try to complete these exercises that are given in the text. Alright, second word that is used there, declare. Declare verb, isn't it? The results were declare. Okay, I declare that you are my enemy. Something like that if you want to say. I declare that you are my enemy. So act of declaring becomes a verb and declaration becomes a noun and declarative becomes an adjective. Okay, look into those words. It's given very clearly in the text. Then expand, expansion, expandable. Okay, expand, expansion, expandable. So one is verb, second one is noun, third one is adjective. So right now we are doing three different word classes. Verb, noun, and one more that is added is adjective. Now verb is nothing but an action word. Noun is nothing but a naming word. Adjective is nothing but something speaks about a noun. Isn't it? Something that speaks more about the noun. That is called as an adjective here. So there are words given in the text. Please go through those words and try to identify and make those words. Okay. Now take your pencil and see these examples that we will be doing it and finishing off the class today. Fill in the blanks with the table below with the appropriate form of the word. Now there are four now. Okay. Now there is one more. Adverb is also added here. Adverb, the definition of adverb is something that speaks more about a verb. So there is a direct connection between verb and adverb, noun and adjective. I'll do those things later on, but right now just keep it in your mind that these are the things that you need to understand. Okay. Understand. Understand, understanding. Isn't it? Understand, understanding. So noun form of that word becomes understand. Right? So understand, understand. Okay, that is used as a verb. The noun form of the word will also be understand only. Okay, the adjective form is understandable. Getting? So you will write understand in noun column and you will write understandable in adjective column. Then noun is given as an accommodation. Okay, accommodation. So the verb form of the word accommodation is accommodate. Okay, where do you find this word? Yes, when the elephant comes and asks the man, isn't it? So accommodate will be the noun verb. Accommodation will become noun. Accommodative will become the adjective. There is no adverb form for that. Hence it is given blank. Okay. Then effective. Effective actually falls under adjective. Okay. Now effect will become verb. Effect can also be used. Effect. Noun, verb, both are same. Okay. So effective, effectively. Adverb will become effectively. I know how to use it effectively. So effectively when you say, then it becomes an adjective. So in the third line, what do you write is under verb you will write effect. Noun also you will write the same word, that is effect. Effective is already given. Effectively you will write under adverb column. Okay. Then you have clearness. So what is the verb form? Whatever I say is very clear. So definitely under verb column you will write clear. Clearness. Okay. Clearness. Clearly will become adjective. And what will be the adjective form of the word clear? Clear. Clearness. Adjective. Very clear. Can you say very clear? Find out. Okay. Just find out what word comes under adjective for the word clear and write it down. Then you have a word like fool. Noun can also be a fool only. Fool can be used both the ways. Okay. You can use it as a noun. You can use it as a verb. Okay. Then foolish will become adjective and adverb will be foolishness. Something that you will write. Then protect is a verb. Noun will be protection. Okay. Adjective will be protective. Okay. That is adjective protective and protectively will become an adverb. Okay. Don't scratch your head. Just understand what exactly do they mean. If you know the definition of these specific parts of speech, it becomes very easy to understand. Okay, so I've just done this particular table to complete. Maybe you can just write down in a pencil, taking a pencil and complete those exercises that are given on page 10. Okay, page 10. Okay, do you want me to repeat it? See, understand, noun form will also be understand. Understandable is adjective. Understandably will be the adverb. Then accommodate will become verb. Accommodation is a noun. Accommodative will become adjective. There is no adverb. Then effect, both are effect only. Effective, effectively will become adjective. Then clearness, okay, clarity and clearly. Clarity can be used as an adjective here, sorry. Okay, then fool, both are same. Foolish, considerable, and foolishness. That can be the adjective form. I'm sorry, the adverb form, right? Foolishness. Okay, or you can also say that he is acting foolishly. Ly. Words always end with ly. This is one of the best ways that our teachers have taught that any word that ends with ly can be regarded as an adverb. The next part of speech for that. Okay, then protect. Okay, protect. Verb. Protection can be the noun. Protective can be the adjective. Protectively will become the adverb. I have completed this particular thing. Okay. Now let us see. Fill in the blanks using the noun forms of the verbs given in the bracket. Now this exercise becomes very important because it will be asked to you in the examination also. Now fill in the blanks using the noun of the verbs given in the brackets. Okay. The faces of animals were capable of no other dash except a perpetual smile after the verdict. Okay. Now, in order to identify the correct form of the verb, first you need to understand what is the tense of the sentence. So here it is simple past, isn't it? The faces of the animals were capable of no other express. Okay, so it express, the noun form will become expression. So instead of express, you will write expression. So write down that. Then the old woman stopped singing when there was a slight disturb is given in the bracket. So what could be the correct form of the verb? The old woman stopped singing. Simple past again, isn't it? Stopped singing when there was a slight disturbance. Right? Correct. Then students learned the correct dash of the word. Students learned dash, pronounce is given. So you will say pronunciation. It is not pronunciation. You should pronounce it as pronunciation. Okay. So you will make it as a noun form. Pronunciation. Pronounce will become the verb. You will have to change it as a noun. So pronunciation of the words. Then the lion was too hasty in his judgment. You will write that. Correct. Then Mara stood in dash looking at the lake. Mara stood in amazement. Okay. Mara stood in amazement looking at the lake. So this completes your thing on the gentleman of the jungle. Okay, so let me very quickly recapitulate all the 5 classes that I have done on the gentleman of the jungle. First of all, we have been given a story about colonialism, which you have already hope that you have understood everything whatever was discussed. Okay, so be thorough with whatever the text that gives, with words, with the spellings, the grammatical correct sentences and all those stuff, and I have also discussed the question and answers. Okay, so why am I telling you this then? Because you have an upcoming test from Monday, where Monday I think you are going to write English. As I said, Monday it will be your English test. Okay, so I have given you the instructions regarding test. So sharp at 7 p.m. in the evening, the question paper will be posted in the group, and you should be ready with just a sheet of paper or whatever the writing exam sheet or something, whatever the stationery that you want in order to write, and then you have to just sit and write with the supervision of your parents. Okay, do it fairly. That's what I would definitely request you all, because you are just in the 11th class and you are just being constructive on making your foundation for the 12th class also. So don't worry. So whatever, just try to learn as much as you can, but please see to it that you are going to write the correct grammatical sentence structures, the correct spellings, and answer to the point rather than writing the whole story or something. The question paper pattern I have already discussed with you, and you will have to just prepare yourself and answer according to the question paper that will be given. And one thing is that in the grammar section you are going to you will be asked rather about the comprehension of a passage. I'll give you a very short small passage or something. I think I discussed it for 6 marks or so, isn't it? So I'll just give you some 6 direct or indirect questions related to the passage or something. read it thoroughly and just attempt all the answers. So I wish you all the good luck for your upcoming English test, the first test that we are planning to, and I hope that all of you will study seriously and write it in a best way so that even we can also be happy with, because we have been doing online classes without non-interactive class system or something. Okay, now coming back to the text, after discussing the gentleman of the jingle, I have also discussed something that is called as word classes. So what is the other name for this? Parts of speech in English. Okay, so certain examples, certain exercises that were given in the text have already been completed. If you have any doubts or something, you can ask me. Okay, well, if you do not have doubts, just try to clarify them with the supervision, or maybe just you can ask any doubts at any point of time or so. But right now, I've just completed this, and probably in the next class, let us start the next poem we actually have from the same text, reflections. Okay, so thank you very much, and I shall meet you in the next class of mine, probably on